Well, hello everybody out there in YouTube world, and today I have another unboxing video that I'd like to share with you. And this came in record time. Oh my goodness, I ordered this 9 days ago and it's already here. That is truly amazing. I made a couple of other orders and they aren't even in country yet. And I made those orders like more than a week prior to this order. I think I ordered this on June 4th, and here it is June 13th, and it's already in hand. A quick wristwatch check reveals that I'm wearing one of my latest acquisitions. This is the Steel Dive SD 1974, and it's basically become my favorite watch of the moment because I'm wearing it all the time. Super comfortable and really, really well done. Very, very addictive. Once you put this on, it's difficult to take it off. I'm really, really happy that I bought it. And of course, this is the watch I swore I'd never buy. I'd never buy a Captain Willard. I certainly didn't want a crown at the 4 o'clock, and I certainly wasn't interested in Seiko homages or cushion cases, but wow, wow, wow. This is just such a comfortable watch and really, really well built. So let me get into this one here. Today, I had it delivered to my home while I was at work, so I'm super thankful that went smoothly. They were very kind on the telephone and left it at my door. And I was able to get contactless delivery, still a holdover from the pandemic era, the contactless delivery. Okay, so here we go. We got a Pagani design. The box is really, really dark blue, but in the video it looks like a light blue, but it's so dark it's practically black. I mean, it is properly a navy blue in real life, but I think the wash off of the screen here is lightening up the color. But anyway, we've got a sort of a magnet that holds that in place. All right, so we have here our standard Pagani design buffing cloth. And inside we've got the watch. And I see that the crown is out. So this is the 1644, PD-1644, which is an homage to a very popular chronograph. And I've got this completely covered in plastic. Now, the thing about this watch is, again, it's a watch I was never really interested in purchasing. However, let's see what else we got here, by the way. We've got our unsigned card, and there's a hang tag here, which was not hanging on the watch, but just in the bottom of the box, and just a modicum of stuff inside. Very humble and brief little user's manual. I guess I'll be filling that stuff out later. Sort of no frills, because it's all about the watch, especially for the price point. I don't recall exactly what I paid, but it was really not much. Now, the reason why I got this is because of the dial. It says Meteorite dial. I think everybody fairly skeptically assumes that it's not a real Meteorite dial for the price point. However, I have not seen definitively that it is not a Meteorite dial. And I have seen lots and lots of information that indicates that Meteorite dials cannot be faked. So I just turned on the light here to see if I can get a little more reflectivity. Let me get the plastic off. And at the same time, let me adjust the time here. So everybody is fairly happy with the virtues of the homage that Pagani Design has made with this chronograph. And I, again, was really just more interested in the in the dial itself. Now, looking at it, it does not seem like it is real. It does seem like it's some type of like maybe a 3D printed dial, you know. I'd be curious to compare two side by side and see if they're exactly the same. Because it doesn't really have, you know, when they use meteorite dials, they're essentially just iron, right? The pieces that they use, usually, you know, 0.2 of a millimeter thick, is sort of the general dial thickness when they use meteorite. And it's usually just iron, right? It might have come from space, but it's just iron. And, you know, this does definitely have texture, but in the light, it doesn't really convince me. I mean, it certainly looks like metal. I think I saw another video in which somebody was saying that they thought it was just plastic. This does not appear to be plastic. It does have a silver, and also you can see in the subdials, you can see what is metal there on the very edges. There's a lot of glare, unfortunately, but you see there, see as I move the dial, you can see the light reflect off the edges of the subdial, and that's not the subdial registers that's creating that reflection. That is the actual dial itself. So it's definitely metal, as far as I can tell. Now, this does have a date at roughly between the 4 and 5 o'clock, and so that's obviously something that the watch it's homaging does not have. It's supposed to be a case diameter of 40 millimeters with a lug width of 20. The bracelet itself is 22 centimeters long. We have a Seiko VK64. Or is it a 63? Pardon me, it's a VK63 in here. So it's a mecha quartz. It's a very nice clasp that they're rocking. It's better than my other Pagani design clasp by a lot. But of course that clasp is sort of emulating the watch that it's homaging. High polished center link. Which, you know, I probably would have preferred just a satin finish on the entirety of the bracelet, but it's okay. I guess it's something I would get used to. Probably will be a scuff magnet. I guess the only thing about that is that sort of cheapens the overall presentation. I can't seem to find the crease to be able to take this off. Now, last time I recorded an unboxing video, it did not actually record, even though it was recording, even up to the point in which I stopped it. So I hope that that is not what happens today, because I see that my timer is running at nearly 8.5 minutes so far, so I guess I should get the plastic off so we can get a better look at it. Yeah, so I was keen to own this exclusively because of the meteorite dial. That's a you know, obviously something I wanted to have in the collection. Whether or not it's real meteorite or not, I suppose I'd have to take the watch apart and have a look for myself, and I'm certainly not intimidated to do that. It feels all right. Sort of there's plastic even protecting the slab sides, the flanks here. So we have high polished flanks and top of the case. The entire case is high polish, it appears, except for the very bottom, which is a radial finish. And we have screw down pushers. And a screw down crown. I can see a gasket is visible there, so can you. I should probably go ahead and just screw this in. I'll adjust the time later. Little bit gritty there as I screw it down into position. I'll go ahead and activate the chronograph function now. So we get a sweep of the chronograph, as we can expect with a Seiko Mecha Quartz, and should be a flyback function, so I'll stop it. And sure enough, it flies back. So very nice. Yeah, I mean, you know, I have so many chronographs in my collection, including the one that this watch is homaging. Of course, my variation is black dial, and it's from 1999. So it has the oyster bracelet where the clasp is sort of integrated to look like the bracelet itself. So yeah, sapphire bezel, ceramic bezel, sapphire crystal, screw down case back, 100 meters of water resistant, screw down pushers and crown. It's a signed crown with the Pagani design logo on there. And, you know, the dial looks pretty nice, the way the light catches it. I don't think that, you know, the color being so uniform as sort of this silverish white, it's really more silver than it is white. Pictures on, you know, whether it be AliExpress or Pagani Design's website itself, make this look white. And I could see why a reviewer would think it was just some type of textured plastic, but it is in fact metal. And but whether or not it's like perhaps an aluminum or something that has been etched, or maybe it's just 3D printed. I'm not exactly sure. Probably not meteorite, because I don't see any variant in the way that the metal is forged together. It looks crystalline, as we'd expect from a meteorite, but it's not convincing, really. Overall, for the price, I probably shouldn't expect it to be meteorite, and it's still kind of a nice little dial variant to have. So, you know, at the end of the day, I'm not going to really be too nonplussed if it's not. Some people have you know, their own criticisms of the red sport there on the dial underneath the Pagani design chronograph, trying to get that in focus. I think that's perfectly fine. I mean, after all, on the watch it homages, it has red text as well, albeit above the index on the 6 o'clock location. All right, guys, thanks for coming out. Got another Pagani design, my second Pagani design in the collection, and it's not bad. The bracelet does feel a little bit light and whiffy, and so that's maybe a little bit of a negative, but these are solid. It's solid end links and solid links that are screw-in. Now, Pagani did not include a screwdriver, but that's okay because I've got plenty of screwdrivers that'll fit. And the clasp itself does not have any micro adjust. Well, no, I guess it does. It's got a couple of these dimples on the inside. Looks like 3 micro adjusts. I'm just not exactly sure how that works. But anyway, no extension or anything like that, and I guess it really shouldn't. Okay, thanks for coming out. I will see you later. Please like, share, and subscribe for more unboxing and watch-related content. Cheers, everybody.